Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we're in uptown Pano Paphos, and we've come across, well, a public car park and some improvements where some European money has been spent on creating a fun park and a shelter. Look at that. That's a work of art out of this rusty old steel. And there's Ottoman booth. What have you got to say?
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again. Lovely meeting you and lovely greeting you. Now I'm gonna dance chichotka.
Take it away, LaBouffe. Huh! Huh!
I think I'm destroying the work of art that somebody already built it, but I don't think I'm that heavy.
Right, come on, LaBouffe. We've got places to go and places to see. Right, so we are in uptown Pano Paphos. This is a car park that's been created and it's surrounded by some old buildings and a very, very old building. Yes, what you're seeing is a very, very old mosque. This, at night time, often is playing, well, Islamic prayers. Those are the correct terminologies. So we're going to have a quick walk past it, and then we're going to go deeper into the old town and see what we can find. There's a Gumbaru waiting for us. He's thinking, is there any lunch available? You see him? He's thinking, is there any lunch available? No, he's off. That's it.
Yeah.
Right, on the booth. Let's pop down here and see
He's
what
got food.
we can find. So,
He's got food.
look at that. That's pretty old, LaBouffe.
It looks like Sultan Suleiman's house, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think it is.
No, I don't think it is. Let's have a wander around because these gates are open. Let's try and understand what it actually is. So stick with us as we explore it and try and understand exactly what it is. What's inside the book? Let's have a look.
There is one cat is praying
There's a
inside.
cat praying.
Probably he's Muslim.
Well, we don't actually know what it is. We're just guessing from its tower as to what it is, but we're not actually sure what it is. We understand, if we'd been clever, like Ben from Bald and Bankrupt, we would have researched what it is. So we're just going to wander around and show you that's obviously some graves. I don't think the door's open. No, it's not open. What have you found, LaBouffe?
It is closed, unfortunately.
It's closed, yeah.
But it looks like. Yeah, you see
Well,
this?
I don't think it's what we thought it was, that's for
Look,
sure.
For me, I'm sure this is the Jewish.
Yes.
The Jewish, you know, this
Correct.
star.
Correct.
Stars. This is what they believe.
I would think it's more of a synagogue. Yeah.
Synagogue.
What does it say over here, LaBouffe? Let's have a quick look. Because if we'd have come in through the main entrance, this is what we would have found.
Okay.
So what does it say, LaBouffe?
Yeah, it's a synagogue.
It's a synagogue.
Yeah.
There we go. So there it is in English. It says the Church of Hagia Sophia, is that?
Hagia Sophia, it means Turkey. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hagia Sophia.
So I'm going to come down here very, very slowly so that you can slowly pause and read it if you
And again,
wish.
during the Ottoman.
Yeah. So, from what I'm understanding, it was a church that was converted into a mosque, and now slowly but surely, due to EU money and the Regional Development Fund, it is being converted into, well, so there we go. We found something a little bit unique, a little bit unusual, quite a nice building, and you can see the mix of the older parts and the newer parts. That part is more, should we say, mosque, if that's the correct term. So, come on, Abu, let's go. We're not supposed to be in here. Someone had opened the rear gate with a bolt cutter, but it wasn't us. And there we can see. So this is the burial place for some people from a previous time. There's a chappie called Dervish Mehmet, and I presume Rafiq is his Christian name, and unfortunately he passed away in 1974. Now obviously we don't want to talk about politics and such, but we understand that that is quite a significant date in Cypriot history. We're not that kind of channel, so we are going to move on now. We came to see it because it looked rather nice. Let's pop the camera through and show you the internals of the building. So stick with us. There we go.
Go up, there is a light. Can you like that?
Very difficult to get up there because obviously the hand is reaching through the window. But there we go, look at that. That's right up into the chamber with the lights coming through the various different colours of the windows. I'm going to try and pan through. Look at that. Wow. So that's through a little window that someone has, well, broken into, shall we say. So we've shown you the inside as best as we can. And this is a very, very old building, that's for sure. I'm going to go and step on the top here and try and show you what we can see. There's some people walking past. Yes, us? So there's some locals going past. Let's show you across the top here. Rather a nice building, that's for sure.
It looks like a synagogue. It looks like a synagogue. Okay?
And there's a Sultan Suleiman roof, that's for sure.
I don't think it's a Sultan.
No, I don't think it is. Well, it's a combination of the three.
See this we found?
Yes, graves, yeah.
Graves.
Yeah.
And it's,
which is quite, well, poignant is the word. There is someone's grave, which we don't want to, should we say, desecrate?
No,
That's not what
no.
we're trying to do. That's not what we're trying to do. We're just trying to show you what we found. And there's a more modern structure that's been put up in remembrance for this place. And to be honest, it's a shame that, as you can see, it's being neglected. And that's a shame. And like I say, we're not a political channel. We're not trying to get in any discussions or arguments with people. This is deep in what I am told is Turkish town. So there's a mixture around here of Turkish Cypriots. Some will deny it, but they are. And some are Greek Cypriots. Now, you would have thought that they would have kept these grounds in good condition. You would have thought, but they haven't. Anyway, there's the building again. There's one of my views on a lighter note. It appears that the booth has found another viewpoint into the building, so we're going to take you and show you what we find. It might be too dark. Let's have a quick look.
Yes.
Let's see if we can get in there. Maybe we can get some light. Yes, we've got just enough light coming into the camera to show you the insides there. Wow, what a spectacular building. Some of it, as you can see, has been renovated. Sorry if the camera worked, but we're having to fight our way through these rails. And it's all locked up, that's for sure. But you would have thought that somebody would have maintained this building a bit better. We look at the grounds around it. And like I say, we're not trying to cause arguments and that sort of discussion. You would have thought that both communities would have come together, and you would have thought that the municipality, without trying to have a go at Mike Umbaru, the mayor, but you would have thought that they would have looked after this building because of the history involved in it. But it appears that they're not. Anyway, we're off into Pano Paphos, that's uptown Paphos, and we're going to see what we can find. Labu, what have you got to say?
Well, I really agree with you. This is a, for us, it's just today. We see it today, but it was probably built
a long time ago.
Hundreds of years ago.
Hundreds and hundreds of years ago. Yeah. And it's crossed time because it's come from before the Ottoman time into the Ottoman time when it's converted into a mosque, and then it's been converted, it would appear, into a synagogue, and then it would appear back into some sort of church, and then just neglected and forgotten about, which is a shame. Anyway, we are not here to try and advise the Gumbarus and the mayors how to look after their history, but they should look after that better. Now, we're going to cross the road and go into the old town, deep into the old town, when someone decides to let us go. Lou?
Yeah, we hope so. But there is no zebra. We should run, should we? No, we should.
Well, we'll wait for this last car to come and then we'll go. Right, so we're now going to head into Pano Paphos. There are some art shops and some antique shops, as we can see on the way here. This is an antique shop, so these are old relics from the past. These are old ironings. LaBouffe, you want one of these? Let's go and see what LaBouffe has found. She's found a sign that says Rainbow End Handcraft Crafts and Unique Gifts. Some of these things obviously are homemade. What have you found, LaBouffe? Let's have a look. Let's let the camera settle.
Do you know that they are like pumpkins? These are the handmade pumpkin. No, there is a pumpkin.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
So it's
then
been
they
hand
did it.
carved.
Yeah. And then it's a family of little stones. Paul, please show it.
There's some
family
little
of little
stones.
stones. Yeah.
And they've been drawn on and eyes on them. Quite nice, actually. Quite nice indeed.
Yeah.
And there's something with an Arabic inscription on it.
Right. Beautiful.
So this is by the artist John Mann.
Many more.
And then there's some mosaics. Very nice, very nice. So, if we get down to Pano Paphos, come and have a look. This, as I've said before, this is an antique shop. These things are quite old. So we've got lanterns, we've got olden time irons,
Yeah,
we've got some more lanterns.
Nowadays.
Very
you
pleasant.
can't.
And there's a relic from the past, from about the 70s, that's for sure.
Remember.
Yeah, we remember. So, right, come on, Ruth. Let's keep going and let's see what we can find around the next corner. Because please, if you come to Paphos on your holidays, it's a great place to come. And if you do come, don't spend all of your time on the plage. I know we spend a lot of time down by the plage because it's beautiful. But please, on perhaps a windier day like today, or even on a very hot day, for example, come up into the little nooks and crannies of the old town, because you will find something absolutely unique. It doesn't mean you have to buy it, but you will find something unique to go and have a look at. Here's some more works of art. Some of it very commercialised and some of it handcrafted. Again, something for everybody. So, let's continue on our trek. Miss LaBouffe, I'm sure she's got something to say. What do you think, LaBouffe?
Well, it's a beautiful street, you know, especially after the renovating. You find it quite good pathways. You find it quite organized. Of course, there is some buildings which are closed due to COVID or some other events, maybe, but I'm sure the life is continuing.
Yeah, unfortunately, the old town has had a little bit of a battering from, I want to show you this because it's very nice. Look at that, that's art. Fusing glass studio. That's caught my imagination. Again, there's some handmade art in there, that's for sure. But what I want to say to you is that uptown Paphos, Pano Paphos, the old town of Paphos, has been punched quite a few times. 1, tourism went down. 2, COVID-19 came along. And 3, they then started to do the renovations just before COVID-19. So the combination of all of that has caused a major problem for the old town. And on top of all of that, with no disrespect to Michael Barrow, the mayor, they have then decided to stop cars being able to come in and park. And if anyone understands Cypriot culture, and our culture, because we live here now, parking outside the shop that you want to go into is crucial. So the moment they stopped cars parking outside that shop, well, a lot of shops found it very difficult to survive. Then along came the renovations, then along came COVID-19. All of that wrapped up together, disaster. But slowly but surely, the life is returning. And I want to show you some of these shops that are closed and some of these shops that have opened. Some of them are new, some of them are old. We're going to have a wander around, and I'm not going to say that much. We're going to let you try and sink all of it in. Yes, another gift shop, works of art, little statues, big statues, cups and saucers, pictures, some things old, some things new. LaBouffe, what have you got to say? It's the statue of LaBouffe. How much is it? How much is that statue of LaBouffe? I'll buy it. Here's another shot with some works of art.
Wow.
Very, very nice.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Yeah. So it is a hive of special gifts. Could be a gift for your wife, a gift for your sister.
The presentation on the stones.
Beautiful. Yeah. Very, very nice. So please, when you come to Paphos, spare an afternoon and have a wander. Let's go up this way, LaBouffe. Let's see what's going on. And have a wander around the old town. Because it doesn't mean you have to spend anything, but there's umpteen coffee shops, restaurants. Have a good walk around and, well, have a coffee. LaBouffe?
I found the cat.
They're everywhere, obviously. Right, so let's continue up here. Here is a coffee shop which was open earlier on in the day when I came through, and now it's closed. So obviously there's not much business around at night at the moment because there's not that many tourists. There's a rather nice dress shop, very, very colourful dresses. There's a mural work of art on the wall over there. Look at that, absolutely spectacular, that's for sure. Let's go up that little nook and cranny, LaBouffe. So stick with us as we cross yet again another very, very busy road. Here we are. Very kind gentleman. There's a rather nice mural been painted. This LaBouffe has warned us about some music, so I'll keep talking and we will move at death-defying space, that's for sure, because there's something playing in the background that YouTube just doesn't like. Let's watch the LaBouffe. And yes, we run like Batman and Robin, and I can promise you I'm going to wear Miss LaBouffe's tights one of these days. Look at this old building here. And one of these days someone's going to buy that building and restore it to its former glory, and it will be absolutely beautiful. Here again is where some European money has been spent, and they've created an ultra-modern park with steps and chairs. So slowly but surely the place is being rejuvenated, that's for sure. Now I'm sure Miss LaBouffe is going to dance. Absolutely spectacular. Nobody has danced more Chuchka in more spaces in Paphos than Miss Ottoman LaBouffe. What have you got to say?
I think one day they will give me the big cloth and then Famoso spray. Do it. Clean all.
That will be Miss Ottoman LaBouffe's job for the next 20 years, cleaning down where she's been dancing, that's for sure. Anyway, I'd like to say thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, and please come back for some more of our madness. Miss LaBouffe, what have you got to say?
I would like to say you many, many thanks for watching us. We love you to bits. Come back for another of my and Mr. Paul's madnesses. Click and subscribe.
Thanks for watching. I want to leave you with this little work of art. It's caught my imagination and it's very, very nice indeed. Take a look at that.